All right, Kris Abel is here. It's time for us to talk tech, all the new tech, behind the tech, what's new. And I'm excited to say, by the way, Kris, next week we have an in-depth look at what your first topic is, because one of our show producers is actually in Quebec City at the release and having some conversations with everything to do with your first topic. So far, the reviews are generally good. I'm kind of hoping yours aligns with it too. What are you up to?
All right, so I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is launching tomorrow, actually, for Xbox, for PC, and PlayStation 5. This is the latest game from Ubisoft Quebec. So we are talking about a made in Canada game. And I have to admit, this has been a long running franchise. There have been, for many, many years, lots of different Assassin's Creed games. I kind of got a little tired of it. So I wasn't looking forward to this. However, this one has made it completely fresh for me. I love it. Not just because you're playing in Japan, and you know I love Japan.
I do.
But because, there are two really compelling stories that it's kind of telling between. On the one hand, they're telling about a real historical figure, an African samurai. This is a man who was brought to Japan by Portuguese slavers. It becomes an opportunity for him to break free and join the ranks of the samurai. This is your chance to play as the guy with the sword who takes on all the different enemies. And then on the other hand, there's this young Japanese woman whose family belongs to a clan of shinobi, ninjas. And so she not only can, stealthily go through shadows and kill people, but she becomes the head of an organization. She, gives out orders to scouts to cross across the land. And what I love is it's not just those two stories, but there is a choice as you are approaching different tasks and quests as to which one you want to go as. Do you go in as the samurai, and it's all about strength and sword, or do you go in as the shinobi, and it's about skulking in the shadows? Two completely different experiences. And so that dynamic that they give you, while giving you this gorgeous rendition of Japan and the bad guys with their incredible masks and armor. It's just a fantastic, very rewarding game. And so I'm excited about something I was not going to be excited about. I'm very, very happy because this is a Canadian game that, yes, we all can be very, 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 very proud of.
Oh, very good. This is good. I saw some of the I don't know what is the big gaming website. They say the same thing. Like they had basically given a very good rating, said this is a great return to the game.
It is. And I think we need that. I mean, yes, familiarity is wonderful. You know what you're going to get usually when you get a sequel. But after a while, sequelitis sets in. And this one, it feels very, very fresh. And I love that the sense of characters are so much stronger than what we've seen in previous games. And it's not all about stereotypes when it comes to Japan. Often, a game says, hey, welcome to Japan. It's just all cherry blossoms and temple gates. No, there's this gorgeous countryside to roam around on horseback, beautiful animals to encounter. I love the minor side characters you come across. There's a little boy that you come across as the shinobi. And at first, he doesn't seem like he's going to be terribly useful, but he proves to be this great kid, very invaluable. I love the characters that you come across in this game.
All right, there you go. New Assassin's Creed comes out officially tomorrow. Kris Abel is here, real Kris Abel on X if you want to follow along, and Instagram and all that stuff too. This one's interesting for me. So my new world includes some different languages coming to Ottawa. My French is meh. At best, I can understand it much better. I can speak it. My grammar is terrible. But inside my new orbit of human beings, there's a couple of people that speak sign language. And here's a real crossroads for you, Kris, is that in the couple that speak sign language, one was raised in an English school and handwrites in English. One was raised in a French school and handwrites in French. Their sign language is virtually the same. But as an English speaking, learning French person, right. It's interesting to try to navigate all this, and a tool like this could really come in handy for people.
Exactly. I do love this. This is an invention from Cornell University. The researchers there have come up with something called the AI ring. So this is a ring, not for your fingers, but you fit it onto your thumb. And then as you perform sign language, the ring has sensors that can detect the movements of your hand. And then artificial intelligence is used to understand those movements and translate them from sign language into text. So at first I thought this might be a piece of technology that allows somebody with sign language to be able to perform sign language and have a computer translate that into speech, into audio speech for people who don't know ASL. That's not what they're doing. I love this experience. What they are doing is that they're offering a chance for people who use sign language to be able to dictate to technology. So in the same way that some people I know prefer to be able to use their voice to dictate an article rather than use a keyboard, this ring allows someone to use sign language to dictate an article rather than use a keyboard with a computer or a phone. So the AI ring, it's not available on the market just yet, but it's something they're working on. You'd be able to put it on your thumb, you'd be able to perform sign language, and then see it all type out on a computer screen, which might make it a lot easier for people to think about what it is that you're trying to say in an article or an essay that you're writing.
All right, Kris Abel and Shane Hewitt, the new tech of speaking in front of people. Now, not everybody wants to be a public speaker, Kris, but some people do need to speak in front of the sales team. They need to speak in front of their colleagues. Sometimes they have to speak at a wedding in front of family. This technology is interesting because it will help you with that. But not only that, this makes me wonder how far away we are from doing the kind of hologram public speaking where you see the person and they, through a pair of goggles, see the audience and actually create an interactive VR. This starts in just the basics of don't get freaked out. People are watching you.
Right. So first thing, this is free. This is coming from Cambridge University. I love the fact that you don't have to register for an account. There's no fees. There's no subscription. It's absolutely free. And also they've designed it so that it'll work with whatever technology you have. So if you have a virtual reality headset, it'll use that. But if you don't, and you just want to use your phone or your computer, it'll use that as well. This is available at virtualrealitypublicspeaking.com. So they made it easy to find it, which has always been a problem I've had to tackle with. But the idea here is using virtual reality to make you practice your public speaking in the various kinds of scenarios and locations that are available. So this is a form of therapy they call exposure therapy. The idea is that by practicing with a virtual audience, you can get to the point where you can feel comfortable to actually do it in front of a real audience. And again, the response that you're going to get from the virtual people, it's not just that you're standing in a room or on a stage and you're surrounded by a large number of people who are watching you, but the kind of responses that may happen. So sometimes there may be somebody in the audience who's yawning, for example. There may be people who are excited and maybe people who aren't. The kinds of things that can kind of throw you off and distract you, it's a chance to expose you to these things that can happen so that you can adjust for them in real life. You can record yourself and then you can get feedback in terms of how well you've done. The computer can assess that and also help you with speech patterns, your ums, your ahs, lots of little techniques like that. I love the fact that they really do make it like a proper course, but they do use virtual reality to give you this exposure therapy setting. And it seems really good. Again, I haven't had a chance to have someone who has a fear of public speaking. A lot of people do, to give it a try, but it looks like something that would be valuable.
This is great stuff. Kris Abel, Krisabel, real Kris Abel on X and Instagram and all those things. Thanks very much for being here, my friend.
Hey, anytime.
I got to say, look, Kris doesn't need it. His minimal ums and ahs. Public speaking is clear and concise. I love the conversation. And Assassin's Creed officially comes out with a new one tomorrow. Next week, we have some great interviews coming up about what that looks like. If you're not a gamer, maybe this is the one that brings you into the fold.